In a world that never seems to stop talking, where words fill every moment and noise chases away the quiet, it is easy to forget the power of silence. Yet within the stillness, there lies a profound strength, an art that has been revered by sages and thinkers throughout the ages. The story you are about to hear is not just about silence itself, but about how embracing quietude can help you find your true voice and live a life of purpose and inspiration. Imagine a young seeker, restless and eager for answers, traveling across mountains and rivers to find wisdom. He arrives at the humble hut of an old master, a sage whose eyes reflect the depth of the ages. The seeker bows respectfully and asks, "Master, how can I find my voice? How do I make my mark upon the world?" The master smiles gently, gesturing to the garden beyond, where the wind stirs the leaves and birds sing their morning song. For days, the master says nothing. The seeker waits, growing impatient, wondering if he will ever receive the guidance he traveled so far to find. But the silence of the master is not empty. It is full of meaning. The seeker begins to observe the world around him, the rhythm of the bamboo swaying, the quiet strength of the rocks, the gentle flow of water through the garden stream. He listens not just with his ears, but with his heart. In the absence of words, he begins to notice the thoughts that arise within him, the emotions that stir, and the longing for understanding that drives his journey. On the seventh day, the master finally speaks. His voice is soft, yet it carries the weight of truth. "To find your voice," he says, "you must first learn to be quiet." True power comes not from shouting above the noise, but from listening within. In silence, you discover your deepest thoughts, your purest intentions, and the wisdom to act with purpose. This lesson echoes the teachings of ancient philosophers like Lao Tzu, who believed that the greatest strength lies in gentleness and humility. The art of being quiet is not about withdrawing from life, but about cultivating clarity and wisdom. When you pause and reflect, you begin to see the patterns of your life more clearly. You notice the habits and beliefs that shape your decisions. You recognize the beauty in the simple moments and the strength that comes from patience. Silence is a source of inspiration. It is the canvas upon which your dreams are painted and the soil in which your ambitions grow. When you embrace quietude, you give yourself space to heal, to grow, and to understand the world more deeply. You learn to respond with intention rather than react with haste. You find courage not in loud proclamations, but in quiet conviction. In ancient times, people honored silence as a sacred tradition. Elders would gather in the evening, sharing wisdom not through words, but through presence and understanding. Families would sit together, letting the warmth of togetherness speak volumes. Silence was not a void. It was a vessel for insight and connection. Today, as you face the challenges of a fast-paced world, remember the art of being quiet. Allow yourself moments of stillness. Meditate, reflect, and listen to your own heart. In these moments, you will find the answers you seek and the strength to pursue your dreams. Your voice is powerful, not because it is loud, but because it comes from a place of authenticity and wisdom. Let silence guide you. Let it help you grow. And when you finally speak, let your words carry the depth and certainty that only silence can provide. This is the art of being quiet, the path to finding your true voice and inspiring others through the strength of your presence.